Hey everyone, this is Lomyn with ForceDisconnect.com. If last year was the year of the fighting game, this is the year of the fighting game version update. First was the stellar Super Street Fighter 4 back in April, and here's a review of the recently released update to last year's BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, the similarly named BlazBlue Continuum Shift. In case you missed BlazBlue amongst the pile of fighters that came out last year, BlazBlue is the alleged spiritual successor to the anime-style Guilty Gear series, developed by Japanese studio Arc System Works. If you're one of the many who isn't familiar with Arc's approach to fighters, let me make one thing abundantly clear. BlazBlue is like any fighter you've played so far. Immediately of note here is a beautifully drawn and uniquely designed cast of characters. The characters are just as bizarre as they were a year ago, from the catgirl Taukaka to katana-wielding Haku-men to the bug-spitting Arc-men. 3 new characters, Hazama, Tsubaki, and the console-exclusive Mu 12 join the roster to give a little more variety to the mix than was previously there. The character sprites don't animate quite as smoothly as the 3D models from games such as Tekken and Street Fighter, but that's to be expected when dealing with hand-drawn sprites. BlazBlue's fighting engine is incredibly deep, but fortunately for newcomers, this year there's a new noob-friendly beginner mode that allows you to mash out combos with ease, but don't expect to see much success against seasoned players using it. For players looking to learn the more advanced techniques in BlazBlue, a new challenge mode has been added to teach you some of the more powerful combos for each character. The challenge mode is a frustratingly steep difficulty curve, however. The combos make an elaborate jump in difficulty about halfway through each character's challenge, going from basic bread and butter combos to extremely lengthy, difficult loops that only players with high levels of execution will be able to perform. BlazBlue has the standard modes of play you've come to expect from a fighter: local versus mode, arcade mode, a story mode, and robust training mode. And of course, if you'd expect, network play is present. And just like last year's version, BlazBlue Continuum Shift sets the standard for online play with responsive netcode. Unfortunately, at the time of this review, the wait between ranked matches is pretty lengthy, and due to an interesting decision by Arc System Works, if you encounter a laggy opponent in ranked matches, you aren't able to refuse the fight and must do battle under less than optimal conditions. While BlazBlue Continuum Shift is a gorgeous game and a blast to play with others, be prepared to spend a great deal of time in training mode if you hope to get anywhere with the game, and additionally be prepared to spend a lot of time doing research about the various character matchups in the game as well. BlazBlue's characters are filled to the brim with lengthy combos, gimmicks, and shenanigans. Many characters have the tools to punish a player simply for attempting to get back up after the ass-kicking they just received. This can be extremely frustrating to inexperienced players and can be seen as a barrier to entry, discouraging newer and/or less dedicated players from wanting to continue to play the game. If you're a competitive fighting game player, you'll be happy to hear that the balance in BlazBlue Continuum Shift is decent. While there are some absolutely terrible matchups in the game, people who stopped playing last year will be happy to hear that the cast is no longer dominated by the same 3 characters that last year's version was. The unavoidable question does need to be asked: how does BlazBlue Continuum Shift stack up against Super Street Fighter 4? The honest answer seems like a cop-out, but that answer is that the 2 games are almost impossible to compare to each other. BlazBlue's high-speed, combo-heavy gameplay is a stark contrast to deliberate, methodical, and timing-based pacing of Street Fighter. It all boils down to player preference. While BlazBlue might not be the most popular kid on the block, it's certainly not a game that you should pass up. There's a great time to be had here despite a few quirks and annoyances. But let's be honest, every fighter has them, and it's just a matter of which annoyances you prefer to others. This is Lomyn with ForceDisconnect.com, and I'm giving BlazBlue Continuum Shift a 9 out of 10.